Relationship skills are fundamental for any and all human interaction. How many days can you think of where you have interacted with 0 people? There's probably not many. We are social beings created to interact with the people around us. So how do we help children learn and practice being good communicators, friends, and allow them to be successful members of society as they get older? The children's home is the first place these skills will develop, but at school they grow even more. Due to constant interactions with teachers and peers, the classroom is a great place to think about and practice healthy relationship skills. The book we chose, Good Rosie, by Kate DiCamillo, centers around the core competency of relationship skills, while also touching on social awareness. The main character, Rosie, is a dog who has never been to the dog park. She often feels lonely and will look to her reflection in her food bowl after breakfast to see if it will ever play with her. When her owner George takes her to the dog park for the first time, she is scared of the other dogs. However, she knows she would like to make friends. She works together with 2 other dogs named Maurice and Fifi to learn what it means to be friends. Rosie notices that these 2 dogs both have different approaches to making friends, as one was a bit more aggressive when playing and the other was much more energetic. Together, they learn and discover how they can all become friends. While doing our research, we asked ourselves what it really means to be a good friend. How do we develop the language with children to describe and identify those who would make suitable friends? With younger children, we can use simpler language, but for older children, we can gradually use more and more advanced language. We also realized how important communication is in any relationship. One key to rich communication is recognizing body language and physical cues. We truly believe that friendships and relationships are the foundation for everyone's life, and it motivates us to be the best version of ourselves. Relationships are a support system, and we want to create that positive support system in our classroom. We want children to apply this way of creating relationships into their own lives, outside of the classroom, in hopes that they can create positive relationships themselves. This is why we have chosen both of our activities. Our first activity is our friendship board. This would follow the reading of Good Rosie to continue the discussion on relationships. We start by asking the children, what makes a good friend? We collaborate with the children in brainstorming for what to write on the board. If the children are having trouble coming up with some qualities, we can ask some of the following questions. Do you have any friends in the class? What do you like about said friend that makes you like playing with them? What's something that makes it hard to be friends with someone? Are they mean? Do they not share? What do you do when you meet a new friend? Are you friendly? What does it mean to be friendly? Asking these provoking questions can allow the children to approach the idea from different points of view. This activity can be done with preschool and daycare age children all the way up to late elementary school age children. The idea of the board is that it provokes children to think if they are good friends themselves and have a better understanding of the differences from a healthy relationship from a not so healthy one, as well as how they can help others be good friends. The board will stay up somewhere that can be easily referred to in case there is ever conflict, difficulty making friends, or any other situation where relational behavior is causing problems. Throughout the year, we can change the language as their understanding strengthens. There can be daily or weekly check-ins for the children to reflect on the good and bad things they've done as friends.
Our second activity is all about deciphering different emotions that someone may portray. In this type of charades, children are invited to pick an emotion card from the deck and portray the emotion displayed on the card, in which their peers will then try to determine what emotion is being shown to them. If needed, the educator can also read the card quietly to the student and continue with the activity. This game of charades is a great exercise for children as it helps develop and expand their understanding of emotions, acknowledges how others may feel, and teaches them that emotions can be displayed by verbal and nonverbal cues, such as body language. Having the ability to read body language will result in successful communication. 80% of communication is nonverbal, and helping children to understand body language can allow for better communication with others. This activity allows them to actively practice this skill and will be able to be more aware of their actions, become more considerate of the people around them, and therefore catalyzing strong friendships with their peers. They will be able to identify these emotions in both others and themselves. To help the children reflect more deeply, we can support them by asking questions such as, what can we do if someone is feeling this way? What type of actions can cause someone to feel this way? What might a person do if they are feeling this emotion? How might a person show this emotion through their body language? Throughout the year, the cards will gradually change from much easier emotions, such as sadness, to more challenging emotions such as betrayal as they expand their knowledge. This activity can be done once a week as a group, but the cards will be available to them if they choose to play it amongst themselves or with their peers. For example, they can be split into two groups and one side portrays the emotion and the other guesses the emotion. For older children, they can be invited to create skits based upon the emotion they are given, in which they would show the class and the rest would try to determine what the emotion is. This curriculum meets the requirements of SAFE because the activities are sequenced in a way that gradually builds upon the SEL core competency of relationship skills and social awareness. For example, we specifically begin the curriculum with the book Good Rosie by Kate DiCamillo, as it easily introduces visually to the children the concept of creating and developing relationship skills with others. Once we are introducing this in the beginning of the curriculum, they will easily be able to connect with the main character, Rosie, as she tries to discover how to make friends with people she may not know. The children will be able to see a visual example of how to make friends and apply it in not only the classroom but in their own lives as well. We then move into the physical activities, which will allow the children to actively practice their social and relationship skills and discover what works or doesn't work for them. It challenges them to think about how they may approach someone with specific questions that we may ask them. Even with the second activity, we are able to get them to ponder about specific emotions and what it may look like in a situation. With this curriculum, it will help them develop these new skills and master the way of creating relationships with others.